Your bank knows things about you that don't appear anywhere on your statement. Every time you log in, every time you tap your card, every time you move money, a system is watching, scoring, and quietly deciding what you're allowed to do next. Most customers have no idea any of this is happening. Here are 7 things your bank is tracking about you right now and why you'll never see it. When you open a bank account, you sign a document that's 40 to 60 pages long. Buried inside that paperwork is the agreement that lets your bank monitor, analyze, and share almost everything you do with your money. Not just the deposits and withdrawals. The pattern, the timing, the location, the people you send money to. What you don't see is the controlled system running underneath. Behind every account is a profile being built about you in real time. And that profile decides whether your loan gets approved, whether your card gets frozen, whether your account gets flagged. Here's what banks don't tell you. Let's start with what they're watching first. Number 1, device fingerprinting. The moment you open your banking app, your phone is identified, not just by your login, but by a fingerprint your bank built from your device. Screen size, operating system version, font settings, battery level, even the angle you tend to hold your phone. These signals are combined into a unique ID that follows your account. If anything about that fingerprint changes, a new phone, a different time zone, a strange Wi-Fi network, the bank's fraud system gets alerted before you've even typed your password. Here's what most people don't know. Even when the bank approves the login, the deviation is logged. It's added to your behavioral profile. And if it happens too often, your risk score quietly goes up. Number 2, merchant category codes. Your statement shows you a merchant name and an amount. What it doesn't show is the 4-digit code attached to every transaction. It's called an MCC, a merchant category code, and it tells your bank exactly what type of business you paid. Groceries, petrol, liquor stores, casinos, cash advances, therapy clinics, bail bondsmen. Every category has a code, and your bank watches the mix. This is the terrifying part. Lenders use these codes to predict your behavior. A pattern of transactions at certain merchants can lower your internal credit profile, even if you pay every bill on time. You'll never see it on your statement. You'll only feel it when an application gets denied, and nobody can quite explain why. So far, we've covered what your bank knows about your phone and what it knows about your spending. The next 5 are darker. They involve the people you talk to, the places you've been, and a score the bank assigns to you that you're not legally allowed to see. If you're learning what really happens behind the bank's walls, hit subscribe. We're exposing the rules, codes, and decisions the financial system lives by and never explains to its customers. Number 3, transaction velocity. Banks don't just track what you spend. They track how fast. The technical term is transaction velocity, how many transactions happen in a given window, and whether the pattern matches your normal behavior. 3 card swipes in 5 minutes. A wire transfer immediately after a large deposit. 2 ATM withdrawals at different locations within an hour. Each pattern triggers a different internal alert. Here's the reality. The system isn't trying to protect you. It's trying to protect the bank. If your velocity matches what their fraud model has labeled as risky, even when nothing is wrong, your account can be temporarily frozen with no warning. And the people who make that decision aren't humans. They're algorithms. Number 4, geolocation patterns. Your bank knows your geographic pattern in ways that go far beyond fraud prevention. Every card swipe is geotagged. Every app login carries IP data. Every ATM withdrawal is mapped. Over time, the bank builds a map of where you live, where you work, where you travel, and where you tend to spend. Here's something most people don't know. That map is a credit signal. A sudden change in spending location, moving cities, frequent travel to certain regions, transactions in high-risk areas, can lower your internal risk score even before any actual problem occurs. The system doesn't ask you why you moved. It just notices. Number 5, large deposit triggers. In the United States, any cash deposit of $10,000 or more triggers something called a currency transaction report, a CTR, filed automatically with the federal government. You're not notified. The teller doesn't have to tell you. The form is filed silently. But here's what banks don't tell you. The threshold isn't really $10,000. It's lower. If the bank suspects you're trying to deposit just under the limit on purpose, what's called structuring, they're required to file a different form, suspicious activity report. And that one is even quieter. By law, the bank cannot tell you it was filed. This is the nightmare scenario. A customer deposits $9,500 on a Monday and another $9,500 on a Wednesday. They're not doing anything illegal, but the system has now flagged them, and that flag stays attached to their financial identity for years. Number 6, relationship mapping. Every time you Zelle, Venmo, wire, or transfer money to another person, the bank records the relationship. Over time, those records form a network, a map of who you pay, who pays you, and how often. This is the part that surprises people. Banks share these networks with each other through industry consortiums, fraud databases, and regulators. If someone in your network gets flagged for suspicious activity, that flag can ripple outward, and your account can come under additional scrutiny without you doing anything wrong. The terminology varies, but the principle is universal. Your financial reputation isn't just about you anymore. It's about the company your money keeps. Number 7, the internal risk score. Your FICO score is public. You can check it. You can dispute it. You have legal rights around it. But your bank also keeps a separate internal score on you, a behavioral risk profile, and that one is private. You cannot request it. You cannot dispute it. In most cases, the bank isn't legally required to tell you it exists. This score combines everything we've covered. Your device patterns, your merchant categories, your transaction velocity, your geolocation, your large deposits, your relationships, all of it weighted by the bank's own model. Here's what's dark. This is the score that quietly determines whether your credit limit gets raised or cut, whether your loan gets approved, whether your account gets closed without explanation. It exists. It's running right now. And by design, you're not supposed to know it's there. So the next time you open your banking app and everything looks normal, no alerts, no warnings, no sign that anything is being recorded, remember that what you're seeing isn't the full picture. The statement is the surface. Underneath it, a system is watching every signal, building a profile, and quietly deciding what you're allowed to do next. That's the part banks don't tell you. And it's the part that matters most. If this opened your eyes to how the financial system actually works behind the scenes, subscribe. We're exposing the rules, the codes, and the decisions banks live by and never explain to their customers.